My name is Leo Low, and I'm a Dean of the College of University Libraries and Learning Sciences at the University of New Mexico. I am also the current president of the Association of College and Research Libraries, ACRL. ChatGPT came out in late November 2022, and if you remember all the headlines, it's all about education. It was disrupted right away. Students can do homework and do exams using ChatGPT. So for academic libraries, we are pretty much in the midst of that. And very quickly, we realized, at least I realized, that information discovery is going to change. You can see it now with Google search. Instead of just a list of websites, it summarizes. It gives you an AI answer. So that's going to directly influence academic librarianship. So I decided to do a study that basically summer of 2023, and just to get a sense of where we are in terms of academic library workers. So again, you mentioned that was just a very modest, obviously moderate understanding of AI, of even lower of familiarity with AI tools like ChatGPT. And only a third of the people have taken any kind of training, professional development. And I repeated that study a year later in 2024. More than doubled, I would say, 60-something% of people have taken some kind of training in the loosest sense, right? Even the webinar are considered a training. So you can see a year later, a lot more people are paying attention to it. Understanding maybe increased a little bit, but the people who have the highest level of either confidence or how familiar they are the people who have access to the premium version of these tools, with the paid subscription of these tools. And people have, more so than people have taken professional development opportunities. So in the midst during all this time, even after the first study, I decided to do a pilot program at my own university to upskill my librarians, basically. We developed a 12-week cohort-based program, and first 2 weeks just introduce them to the tools, and then the following 8 weeks, people develop their own individual projects related to their work, and use ChatGPT to help them do that, and kind of see, is it better, or is it what am I getting out of it, or how challenging it is, or what are the benefits? And then the final 2 weeks kind of recap, put together a presentation to show the rest of the college, these are some of the things we have done. Mm-hmm. And so when we pay for the subscription for those people, now with a structured training, with access to the premium tool, their increase in their understanding and confidence is a lot more than the people who have just either one of those things. So we decided that, okay, this is actually really helpful. So we expanded that in the following summer in 2024 to the rest of the university, for faculty who wanted to use it for teaching, for people who wanted to do lit review, and another one for people who wanted to develop open educational resources. We actually have a grant for OER, so we use some of the money to pay them to, hey, use this to develop OER or enhance your existing OER, so we can save students money, basically. And those were successful. And I just finished another one for academic advisors. Similar results. People have gained a lot more confidence, and they understand the technology a little bit better. They are aware of all the ethical issues that that comes with this new technology. So I would say that kind of format, putting people together as a community of practice, they talk, they share, and they get to use it directly for their work, and having access to the premium tool, that is very successful. Yeah, first of all, people have to, if we want to teach people that, we need to have our own understanding of what that means. I think that depends on not just a few people within the profession. I think it takes more than that. And having more people learn about it, more engaged, we can have a more robust conversation on what that really actually means, because it is so new. Things are changing. All the laws are still catching up to it. a lot of other new ethical questions will keep coming up. So I think it takes a wider conversation for us to even determine what that means. But there are some, I would say, essential knowledge that we should pay attention to, like certain practical ethics principles that we can kind of use to apply to something like AI. So that could be something that we can work with philosophers or people in the humanities to work on. And I basically, look at AI literacy as more than just technical knowledge, more than just using the tools. And I take a more holistic view. And with Ethical Awareness Week, we need to work with, people who are actually experts in those areas. I think libraries, we work with everybody. Kind of same as IT, actually. IT work. So I think it makes sense for IT and libraries to kind of collaborate at that level, because we work with different people in different ways and we have different expertise. And they're both important for this new technology. I think there's a huge potential for IT and libraries to work together on this. Now, I mentioned that AI literacy should be more than just technical knowledge. And so I have defined AI literacy as the ability to understand, use, think critically about AI technologies and their impact on society, ethics, everyday life. So that's a lot. Yeah. So I have a kind of conceptual paper on AI literacy framework, and I kind of see 5 key components of that. One, it is technical knowledge. We do need to understand a little bit about the mechanism behind, let's say, generative AI or large language model, that it is a statistics machine. It is predicting the next token or words. Therefore, it does what it does. Mm-hmm. So knowing even just that will help people understand why it hallucinates and other things. Right. Second, I mentioned ethical awareness. With this new technology, there will be new ethical questions, and we need to be aware of them. More immediate ones, people talk about environmental impact, data privacy, biases, copyright, and all of that. Those are the immediate ones, but there will be new ones. Critical thinking, right? We need to be able to apply critical thinking to use or to evaluate the AI's output, verify things. Information literacy. This is the area where I think the libraries can play a very important, a role in promoting or supporting AI literacy. And then practical use, which is using the different tools. There are all these new tools. I just came from another conference, and at the exhibit hall, every company is pushing AI products basically. And so there will be so many for us to evaluate, to think about how to use them or learn how to use them. So that's another part of being AI literate, to be able to use whatever tools that you need to use. And then finally, societal impact, that's longer term. If we compare AI to the internet or social media, we did not feel the impact or see the impact until years later. And there are some long-term implications. There will probably be job displacement. There will probably be different ways of life as we move forward, different laws and environmental impacts, another one, right? So we need to think about those. If you look at all these different components, no one person can be an expert in all of them. So that means we need to work with different experts within the academia ecosystem, humanities, social sciences, computer sciences, all of that. So I think the libraries and IT can work together and kind of get these different people together and be able to teach our both students and administrators, staff, and faculty, everybody to be AI literate. If you look longer term, what is the future of work? What are some of the necessary skills? Besides being AI literate, what are the necessary skills that a person will need? Because AI for example, now they can write papers for you. We have used writing as a proxy for thinking or demonstrating knowledge for so many years, all of a sudden it may not be as important. Or is it still should be important? I don't know. These are some of the big questions I've been kind of, thinking about. Moving forward, do we need to develop a different set of skills? Will certain skills that have been, very valued in the past, for somebody to be a good student, for example, will be less important moving forward, and some of those that were not as important, like creativity, imaginations, will be a lot more important moving forward on how can we cultivate those.